here for the last 24 hours. Actually, there's a little bit of picking still in there, but I'm going to feed them full of that bale. Well, there's a little bit took out of it. I reckon it's like, that's what happens when I become surrounded. Let me back up my quad. So I have to throw a little bit off now to keep them behind me. That's what it looks like now when I come in originally. So, and the more I throw off, the less cattle follow me. Now, that's my job done. I have a small little bit left in the trailer I'm going to give to a couple of cattle at home. Well, I'm very pleased with what they haven't ate. There's nothing worse coming in and they have the whole place cleaned off and they're empty looking. It doesn't happen that often. We have it down to a fine art more or less now. I know thereabouts what's going to keep them fed, and I'm overdoing it this year, to be honest with you. So my numbers of bales to head with grass going through this year, I believe I've probably fed more, but I'd rather feed a little bit more than a little bit less. I really want to concentrate on condition this year. There is one or two maybe that's slipping back, but not really an issue, but it's just something I'm watching. It's probably, and it's mostly the first calf heifers. So this lady is rearing her first calf and she's backing calf. Now she's not anyway thin. She's fine, she's holding up. She's over the hump. But she's growing. She's in calf and she's rearing a calf. So it's the hardest year for an animal carrying their second calf. Yeah, so they're perfectly happy now. They have lots of picking left, which is what I'm glad about. So whatever grass I gave them yesterday, I could have given them less, but I'm glad I didn't. So they're going to be on here. This seems to be lovely and dry down here. The higher side was a little bit mudded up. So I reckon I will be able to get 3 days out of this. So tonight will be their second night, and then we will go on and feed them tomorrow and get them another night here. So they'll have 3 nights on this, which is a bigger area than the first area they have really. So by right, I should be holding them up for 3 nighs. And then sure, this time tomorrow we can always reevaluate the situation if ground conditions are holding up, if there's a little bit of picking on the ground, and if there's plenty silage in front of them. So basically I've given them a low moisture silage. I have 2 kinds of stuff. I have the more drier stuff like haylage, and I have the more standard silage type. So I have given them that most of a bale. So that's 3/4 of a bale they're after getting this morning. And they have the picking. So as I say, I've overfed them. I don't mind. It allows me to come in maybe a little bit later tomorrow, because I have to go away tonight and I won't be back till later in the afternoon. So that's part of my plan. So let me walk on up here. We've absolutely beautiful weather. I never even mentioned that. Look at them for blue skies. So there was a small frost last night, nothing like what we did have, but a grass frost. There's definitely a spring feel to the air, but I'm not going to get into that just yet. We're still in January. We still have some harsh months ahead of us. So I'm just glad to be getting a bit of a run at it this year. So we have mother and daughter there. We have Maverick. What have we got there? There's 2 heifers due to calf this year, and this year's Wayland bull. It's amazing that not much difference in size. So that's Belty Moore's bull calf there. He's a big calf. And we have our calf from the year before, a heifer. Oh, look at this, there's another one in there as well. So all the Belties, the young Belties, are hanging out together. What have we here? The little roan. We have the Tinnish ladies, well I won't call it Tinnish ladies, but the first calf heifer's bull calf here. We have our black shorthorn, that's rare and the good calf as I call them. We have young blue here, yeah, who gave me trouble, and I still have her. I know it's wrong. We have our little red shorthorn who's rearing 2 calves this year. She's holding up very well. I did have to dose her this year, just because as I said earlier, she is a first calf heifer. She's carrying her second calf and she's rearing 2 calves, but she's held up really well. She's my smallest cow. I'm very fond of her. And we have our good bull calf here. It'll be interesting to see how he turns out now. They're all shoving into, well, we're into January the next year, so they're all shoving towards yearlings. Calves look better as weanlings. They're all bloomed out, they're full of the milk. But as they start to put a frame on, they get a bit, in this system anyhow, they start to get a little bit scrawny as they grow towards being 12 months old. And then after that, then they start to shape up again. So yearlings tend to look like they're going back. Coming into March and April. So to keep that bloom on them, you want to be feeding them a lot of stuff, which I don't do, as in grain. So yeah, I have a call coming through now. I might as well close down this video. The weather is absolutely perfect. I love it. Super calm, nice and cool. We still have a bit of picking on the ground. We have lots in front of them, and I'm done. So on the 15th of January, I'll close down and I'll say good luck and goodbye.